time to shine. Don't count Loud out too much just yet, though. Grouped up together, nade. Ooh, it's a bit of a blunder. Can't swing into that one. It was anticipated for him. Paranoia in front of it. Sadak, he had to be the playmaker there, and he was not. Drop down, now a flash of their own. Tens repositions on top of Jenny. Vulnerable, snake bite. Goodness me.
Everyone on Loud saving.
Yeah.
They just don't even want to get back into this. A blunder from Zelsis, sure, but Tens then anticipated that they would try to follow up on that, sent the Paranoia through, and was able to isolate the duel onto Sadak. Zen have got enough players who understand the rhythm of the game and can make plays like that to try to turn situations in their favor. And that early economical advantage that Loud had to work with, it's getting chipped away at here.
It is. I mean, this is essentially I mean, two of the players can't be buying.
Yeah. And look, just seeing that on the replay again, it's such a large punish onto QCK. And it's all due to that freeze that John Cutie calls into the round. They force out the fault line, and then they freeze everybody, group up A main, and look to try to punish the info peak. It's so similar to how they were approaching their split attack side with the real slow, patient game. At some point, Loud need info on defense.
That's when the punishers come through. Different combination with a Util being used. This time Dizzy up in the air, flash through into elbow.
And it's all fake presence. As Sentinels quickly, after going for their default utility, group up on B. They shouldn't be too worried about B main with the door being closed.
Probably looking for an orb on Zelsis. Or online, we'll be able to go for the B pop. Or not. Just avoiding it.
It's not as important against a Cyclist comp.
Yeah. It's true. Now the nades and flashes do go flying though with a satchel play. Sets up second deep into the angle. Decay damage kicking in, almost getting brought down himself. He's on 60 health. He's going to be a thorn in their side though when this retake starts to come online for Loud.
Yeah, he's very isolated.
Very isolated. Smoke to play in. Wants to try and get in and rule that angle over the top. Now a reflank from mid, but already it's traded equally.
The timing actually here from John looks fairly good.
Yeah, he has to potentially get a move on, but it's up to the rest of his team, I think, to dissuade and push it back.
Ult.
Yeah, Paranoia's there, and he does catch it. QCK just alive no longer. Deep cam round the back. Louder left really scrambling, looking for options, and they've decided to take the fight. Force him to win! 10 wins that! Get out of here! Still no tap onto it. The pressure's mounting, incredibly so. 2 years facing with all the kills. You're joking, but the pressure too much.
No! What a bonkers round!
What is that?
What an absolutely ludicrous round. Loud did such a good job of putting pressure forwards into B main. That's where most of the post plant on B is going to come from, is this battle about who can dominate B main control. And Loud really did a great job of that. Being able to, I mean, they should have been able to catch Tens earlier. Let's go. But the flank timing coming in from John, and Tens and John buying so much time, ending that round in such a weird fashion.
Yeah. Bizarre set of circumstances. Be hitting a bit of a repeat here for Sentinels.
Unless is looking to challenge B main early on.
Holding the angle, but actually, Fuel going to be fading. What is that? Just pre-aiming, anticipating it for seconds. So tight to the angle there.
Very confident too.
Necessary kill for him. He's not having a great start to this map, but let's get back onto the board with that one at least.
Kawanzin went and took the ult orb over towards A, so he now has the Rolling Thunder online.
Second, an initial tap, but now going to be sticking it for the plant. Does have his ult online now for it. Here's the Rolling Thunder. Back into them. Showstopper to use. There's a bit of a reaction into this one. And second, his whole goal is to really slow this one down. TP dodging out of the way. On top of the box, they're going to expect this one to drone. We'll see it. Tags him up. So eventually, Tens will be spotted into this one and done spot. And QCK through the wall, favored for it. That's the wallbang angle on top of it now. It's an interesting fight to be taken. John QT turns it into a 2 versus 2. 2 tagged up by the knife, but just a tap onto the head. Spots it now. Zelsis. So much more in this position. Sadak feeling frantic in nature.
Does he have it?
I don't know. I don't know. Did he get onto it in time?
It's so close.
Oh my goodness.
These rounds are coming down to fractions of a second. And despite John's best efforts, Sadak's able to win that one in the 1v1.
No way.
A little bit more patience from Zelsis would have done it. Oh, gonna be kicking himself. You can't offer Loud opportunities like that. You can see Sadak wasn't even sure.
Oh my. With how tightly contested these rounds have been, I mean, the economy's taken a bit of a tumble. Some weird, dodgy buys across the board.
Kanzin and QCK dominate A main to start this round out. That allows them to build up towards the Phoenix ult. Second and Tens are looking to try to explore mid again. They haven't done this in a while.
Hello, ult to try and fake the presence over towards A, maybe even pincer some of these players. And yeah, they're just barreling all the way through into mid as a nade. Watched it. Zeltis still here. JoQT though, they're just trying to dominate this one. This one singular position. They do control A main. It's throwing a bit of chaos into the mix. In through the back of the side, just spots the elbow. Just spots the elbow, and Tens looking this way, that way. Didn't know where the players were going to be coming from. Sassy, last one left. Could have been granted one extra, gets the one, backs out. 50 seconds in the round.
It always gets me listening to the Brazilian fans chanting against Sassy. It just seems so wrong. He's in a very difficult situation.
9 bullets, didn't opt to reload, didn't want to give away any sound cues.
If he finds a timing to separate individuals, maybe he could get something done. He doesn't have to be anywhere near the plant. Everyone on Loud is so grouped.
They're going to make mistakes. They don't think he's there on the angle in time. He's caught himself into the 1 versus 2. Ult slow line here for Sadak, but he doesn't really find a time to use it, but the dart reveals all. Sassy has to pull off an absolute miracle. 5 HP drop down, backing away. Now wide and sprayed them through. Sassy, a beastly performance against the former team. Silencing the Brazilian crowd.
That clutch is like a dagger to the heart of Loud. Unbelievable. I've seen Sassy get these before when he was playing in Americas. It's all down to him playing the Gecko. The fact he can be so far away from where the plant goes down, his positioning is just immaculate in that situation. Loud are not thinking about it.
Sassy as a player, we needed to see a big step up. He was Norden 6 when it comes to those first kills to first deaths last map. Wasn't having a good game. Free fire with a knife, less lucky. Relatively unscathed, all things considered there. Just backing away from the rifle. Being rained down. Massive round up. Still left reeling myself. Flash, clearance, snakebite to respond.
And Loud are going exploring through mid. If Zen back off here, thinking that it's a B stack because of all of that utility in their face, they may end up running into danger. John's watching it, and they do still have a trip there. But in terms of anticipating 4 players, Tens.
Cleared, now crossfire. Set up forward of no or theft. Everybody scattered to the winds. Loud realise it. Okay, we've been found out. Got to back away now. Just try and flood back into this. Do some economic damage. Util flying forwards here. Not enough to push away the plan though, so still spike down and out. Oh. Hello, QCK. No turn on the fire. He's still alive here. I think there's too much danger.
It shouldn't be dangerous, but when the Loud players hit shots,
just never know. Tap. QCK, hello. It's rattling their heads now. Already 2 taken, stricken off the list. Thrash has to be used. He popped the ult. He popped the ult, man.
He got caught by it, though.
Just trying to time it, yeah. Detained up into the corner here. Potentially winnable, though. Now, man, it's looking more likely. Finally fades away, and he's back into it, but here it is. The follow-up. With all the rifles online.
He doesn't have the time.
My God.
It's an effort. It's unbelievable how close these rounds are getting, though. You know, but one team's got an enormous advantage. They've got rifles, they're in a post-plant position, and yet it still feels like any team can take it. We've had some rounds go down to defuses with a fraction of a second left on the clock. We've had a 1v3 played by Sassy.
We got it! Don't care, we got it!
Exactly. That is going to harm the economy, but not in a way that has immediate effects. But it's going to keep a lid on Sen's economy getting out of control and going to allow Loud some opportunities to maybe play some anti-ecos later on. But 5 out of 6 of the most recent rounds have all gone the way of Sentinels after Loud got off to that hot start. And to be honest with you, I'm not mad at all at the way that Loud are playing, because think back to Sassy's 1v3. Okay, in order to get into a 1v3 situation, Loud had to play that really well, and they did. They collected on the mid play, they got themselves into a player advantage. They just lost out because there's beasts on the other side of the stage.
There's no player on either of these rosters that doesn't deserve to be here. Everybody capable of stepping the hell up.
Yeah. Speaking about that, when you look at the scoreboard, QCK is the player in position to do the most of that. It's Les actually who we haven't seen as much from. Usually, we're expecting Les to just be hyper consistent, finding his moments to have value, even though he's playing the Viper. With this composition, he does end up being pretty stuck over towards B. And Sen have been playing so grouped up, he hasn't really found those opportunities. Different defensive setup, though, again, being run here from Loud, as Kawanzin and QCK move their way over to B.
Just calling up at the back of it. Now 2 years. This time, standing strong, just trying to brave the onslaught as well. Russia players now ready to push him back and away.
Zels is getting the ult online, can counter Sadak. You can see Sadak getting set up to go for the ult. Oh, they just rip it anyway.
Okay. Send it out wide. Smoke's not even propped up yet. Zekken in position, breaking. This for the dart. Now a plant. It's the next layer of this one. Sentinels, do they have anything cooked up to try and fight this one further?
Normally, Loud are going to throw in a lot of utility early for plant denial.
Hunter's Fury. Molly's going to be used towards the back of the site. Hunter's Fury. There's the connection. Second falls. Couple of beams of that one, but still not being dislodged from these positions. Tent up top. Familiar angle. Has the ult now for a classic reposition. Ult into the back of the site. Could be anyone's game on a knife's edge. Every single instance. Tent sticking the plow. Not quite already with the ult into the back, but he has been cleaned up. 2 years there. It's a 1v2. Taps it. Gets Sassy, doesn't give him anything, still bides his time, waits it out, and now it has been fully drawn down to the final moments. All the kills going Loud's way, but not the round.
Same again, same thing again. The retakes, they are effective, but just not enough to be able to get over the line for Loud. It's Ten's position, I think, here that is the magic. Look at him, the way that he's able to wiggle out and avoid being traded because he's got the pillar to dance around. It looks lovely. The way the center setting up these post plants is dealing with a lot of what Loud are going for. And when you saw Loud demolish EDG here, one of the things they were doing on their AoE takes was throwing in a lot of plant denial, making it uncomfortable for EDG to get into good post plant spots. Well, they can't do that when Zelsis is ulting them.
Shadows traveling. Possible. Util cut away. And all these close rounds just going down straight to the wire. Again, economy. It's not good.
No. And how many times have we said that? It's just been a running theme. Normally, because Sen get out to such a hot start in every half, this time, they actually have to grind their way back into ecoing Loud. And off the back of a 1v3 from Sassy, too.
Ridiculous recovery. Oh, there's danger there, though, with these Loud players. They're opting for a stack over towards B. 2 years again. It's the same spot he's been playing in time and time again. Really disrespecting them, though. Just holding the angle for some util. Needs to... Is this a paranoia?
Yeah, I mean, what is the timing of this?
I don't know. I mean, he's found something. Maybe just hearing a footstep, but another flash is connecting. Gives up the space, just seeking to delay as long as possible. Sentinels, though, looking likely they're going to have an open sight. 2 years is really trying to make this feel like there's lots of players here. Nades forward, so they just spam the box in the common angles. They do deal with him, and finally the flood defense is here in time, but can Loud do anything about it? Beautiful dart. Everybody lit up here, even with the stingers, there's danger. Danger in abundance, but still with the rifles. Holy.
It's Tens again, man. You can't get away from him. Playing that post-plant position over towards A-Link, swings around, gets 3, and saves the rest of his team.
I mean, they needed it.
They were all barreled up in sight. You look over.
Down, man. Bunker and down. That's a terrible post-plant to be playing against.
Yeah.
Or playing in position, at least.
Well, you see how much more difficult it looks for Sentinels when Loud are close by, able to flood defend and throw that utility to put pressure on them before they can get into post-plant positions. And Tens bails them out, top of the scoreboard, doing things fantastically, playing from similar spots.
Deep cross map knife. It's going to be landing over towards market.
And that's going to give them a good idea about what the defensive setup looks like, because often QCK is going to be on A.
So a good indicator now. Just waiting for the right time to strike. Thrash. Regen into the util. They cut up the side actually through the back here. There's a detainment into mid, but won't be any follow-up. At least onto that one. QCK should be alive as well. He's got some backup from the rest of it. Plan now down, and it looks like this might be another funny round.
Loud are playing really heavily for backside B control, which is going to allow them to get players in, flooded.
Hit it as well. Just to play for it. QCK does have his own ult now. Run it back. Finally initiated. He was suppressed in time, but just let it loose. Be seeing if he can hunt down a few of these kills. And yep, Zelts is caught. Util out in his hands. Wasn't really quite aware of that one, is he? Tagging away. Zekken spammed. Dart. Here we go. Only 3 players left now. Loud. Fast on the approach. Aftershock there, but a quick TP into the corner. Paranoid order Util layered on top of each other, and they just cannot do anything. Scintillating, sizzling away, spraying them down with the rifles gained. And that is Loud up to a 5 round. 7-5, you can't fault it. Plenty of chances.
It's an awesome half. So many of the rounds could have gone either way and were decided on the tiniest of margins. But I think Loud really figured something out there in that final round. The pit to be able to flood into back B site and the way that they dealt with the aggressive players forwards was lovely. It was anybody's game though. And I think Loud need really another pistol to be able to get back into this.
Yeah. It's hard to say, but so tightly contested. The exception of being our first map, but it has just been back and forth we go between these two teams. Absolutely incredible stuff.
Sou o Cauãzinho, sou iniciador da Loud. Senti muito bem, a EDG é um time que, pra mim, tem um dos melhores players individuais e acredito que o deles não estava no 100% deles. O Kankan é um player, é um star player e acho que ele não performou tão bem, então acho que o principal motivo disso foi a nossa individualidade hoje, que estava muito boa. Então acho que depois que a gente corrigiu os erros contra a Genji, a gente estava bastante confiante já. Acho que a partida contra a FPX deu uma confiança muito boa pra gente, então acho que a gente esperaria que ia ganhar assim deles, mas ninguém esperaria esse stomp, né? Cara, a gente não esperava isso, mas acho que nós tivemos um plano de jogo muito bem executado pela nossa parte.
30 seconds. They have no map control. They are just looking to take it to the elbow, the flash. Perfect. He hasn't killed anyone yet, but QCK, he just slaughtered every member remaining of EDG.
Eu acho que a Sentinels é um dos melhores, ou se não, o melhor time aqui do campeonato de Madrid. Cara, acho que o diferencial deles é que eles jogam muito bem como equipe. Quer dizer, tem um star player que é o Ziken, mas eles jogam muito bem como time e acredito que todo mundo pode performar muito bem lá e ganhar um clutch ou talvez levar a partida sozinho. Rapaziada, muito obrigado pela torcida. Quero agradecer muito, principalmente a minha família, meus amigos que me mandam mensagem aí no WhatsApp, que me ligam. Estou muito feliz que a gente conseguiu fazer isso e classificar para o playoff. Só quero pedir vocês, fãs, que continuem confiando na gente. A gente vai dar o nosso melhor e vamos tentar conquistar esse título para casa. É isso, tamo junto.
Praise for his opponents. I mean, talking all the talk there about Sentinel's team play, and it goes to show as well. I mean, even praising Zekken as their star player. Now, Zekken's at the bottom of the scoreboard right now for his team.
Yeah.
And yet still, Sentinels are holding a lead 7-5 when they had an absolutely horrific start to the entirety of that half.
Yeah, and actually, I think the story over the last couple of maps has been not so much Sen getting the advantage at the beginning of the round, but just having really strong ways of being able to close things out. TenZ has been amazing in those spots. And so we go into a pistol, which is insanely important, especially for Loud, I think, to be able to get online. Complete contacting up. Zelsis picks a mid-round timing. Knife destroyed. Could be anybody there.
TenZ back and out. Still open towards his back. Okay.
So close to getting punished there.
Very close. I mean, Les was quick onto the angle. Onto that avenue of opportunity. They want to flood out now, facing with the bodies. Paranoia backing away. QCK!
That's unreal.
He's blind as the fadeaway. Damage has been done definitely to Zelsis here. Single shot will do it. Touch close. There it is, straight to the chest. Brings him down. John can't do much. So Loud with that pistol round, you got to think. Back in charge.
Yeah, looking good for it. To have not won a pistol round the entire series and then get both of them in the decider map could end up being crucial. No way of knowing yet. but Sen are certainly not going to force into this one again. On the defense side, not as many kills. That's a ridiculous kill, though. That is a ridiculous one. But the fact that QCK was the tip of the spear is going to start building his way up to the Phoenix ult. And Loud started that with such a contacting approach.
Not willing to give anything away. Main benefit of it being that Loud, they have tons of util left saved for the big site hit, especially over towards A. Difficult one to try and get through. To clear through elbow, lots of corners.
I think Loud have got the read now that this was not a heavy A setup. They are just charging their way forwards.
Yeah.
As soon as they don't meet people early, they realize that they've essentially got a free plant off.
It's a good post-plant position as well, just for the spike to be dropped down, laid down, snake bite.
It looks like Sen are going to send utility here, rather than trying to save it.
So they can take an early fight, and you're right. I mean, could get costly. Normally you want to be saving these pieces of util, but clearly Sentinel's thinking, feeling like it could be winnable, but not with the gun disadvantage.
No, I mean, keep an eye on the Sen retakes on A once we have rifles online, but that was very easily cleaned up. I think that's going to put people in positions where they need to go for light armor. Well, it could end up being important against the Bulldog and the Stinger. You know, the fact that they ended up investing there in the utility to go for the retake. But I think Sen are going to be confident in those kind of rounds once guns are online. Their comp can just util dump spots on A. It's very difficult to hold on to post plants. That was most of the metagame, actually, that we saw in the last time that these teams faced on Sunset, was how they approached the A retakes.
The bonus round now to be cooked up for Loud. They've got plenty of danger in it. I mean, that run it back earned. QCK, this guy is frying. I mean, he's 20 and 10 currently. In the top of the score. At the top here, though. Tap and a face. That contact play style. Finally, punishment in place.
Yeah, but I mean, what a spray from Zelsis!
Yeah.
They're trying to punish the orb pick up there, and they both get sprayed down. Targeted the paranoia onto a spot that TenZ is often liking to play, but it's second up there this time. In market. The trick not broken though, they know it's fake market pressure. Yeah, this is a weird one. Did they spot